There we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hell's Rebels. We are getting rolling again. This is our second session here. I'm Miyu. We have Damon, who is playing Bryson, the half-orc blade-bound magus. Catrian, who is playing the Auri Geisha. Gabriel playing a Fanglore, or the Gabriel. I swear I can talk. Alright, we have Kisa playing, Little Kitten Kisa playing Catrian, the Auri Geisha. We have Riveting Slime playing Gabriel, the Fanglord Skinwalker. We have Viscera playing Kiernan, the Human Weapon Master. So, last session, you guys were involved in a riot. What's up?
He's so cute!
He's decided I'm a... Ow! My head needs to meet his car.
You're now a freeway.
Nice. Alright, so last time, y'all y'all participated in a riot. As a matter of fact, y'all started it. And then you rescued someone who was in an alley getting beat up. He turned out to be connected to the Sacred Order of Archivists, and believes that you should help resurrect the Silver Ravens, a group of rebels who participated in the Chelish Civil War, protecting the city of Kintargo. To this end, you have entered beneath the Fair Fortune livery, where you fought several Grimples who like to puke on you and cast grease literally all over the place.
Oh god, it's everywhere.
And so we pick up where we left off. Starting riots, no, the loot was not worth it, considering they got no loot from it. But they started a riot, which triggered the entire campaign. So, you know,
Technically, I looted a geisha. I looted a geisha and some weapons. No, not weapons. Some armbands and some money.
Bryson looted the geisha. You dropped the geisha.
I started looting the geisha.
Well, what was his name? Remus? Rexus.
His name is Rexus. Victicora.
He gave us some stuff, so I mean, it wasn't a total loss.
There you go.
But it wasn't mint. No mint.
No, it was not
mint.
Ow. That burned.
Alright, so you have now defeated the number of Grimples which were infesting this area. You can see that you are in dirty salt and sawdust coating the floor of this gloomy hall. Bits of the wall masonry have been chewed or clawed away, revealing narrow, winding animal tunnels beyond. Steel rails are mounted in the ceiling, with a few lonely iron hooks dangling from them. A pile of stained pillows and moth-eaten blankets lies in a 10-foot square depression in the floor to the northwest. There is a door, and there is a half-destroyed iron grating, blocking access to what you can tell is a flight of stairs leading down to a double doorway.
Alright. Bryson will walk over here. Seems to be some sort of gap in the wall. Is that just...
You can tell that is where a lot of the animal tunnels are. It seems to be that this is where the Grimples were going in and out of the walls.
Huh. Yeah. Question. Now that it's been, I've had a little bit of time to reflect on that ring. Now, you know, we're not really doing anything. Can I try that nobility roll again? See if I know anything about that signet ring we found?
Absolutely.
Alright, knowledge, nobility. Come on. Ooh, 29.
29. You recognize the Juliacs as having once been a rather prominent noble family in Kintargo, but they are no more. There may be a few surviving members, but they just kind of fell out of favor, and They used to own this this livery.
Gabriel's gonna make his way up to whatever this entrance is, this door.
Yeah, Bryson
Okay.
will join them.
Check on that, see if it's is it locked?
It is not locked.
Alright. I'm gonna kick it open.
That sounds like a very roguish thing to do.
It does.
And alright.
I believe I'm still my
eye-watering stench of urine and feces fills this large room. Nests made of chewed crates and barrels line the walls, while rusty knives and hooks cover the tabletops.
Wonderful.
Of perhaps more import are the 3 dire rats who immediately upon seeing you move to attack you. Please roll initiatives.
Am I still in my tiger form?
You were when we ended last time, so you can be if you have not dismissed it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, Katrin
Alright.
wants nothing to do with this.
I bet she doesn't. Alright, Gabriel.
Alright.
You are also no longer nauseated. But you are
Awesome.
itchy.
Ooh, itchy.
Let's see. I'm gonna move over to this rat. And we're gonna have a feast.
Alright.
Rats are a great feast. So we're gonna roll claws twice and then bite.
Alright, so
Oh,
you
that
run
was
up.
terrible.
You run up and take just a wild swinging swipe at this rodent that just totally whiffs over its head. The second claw, however, does connect.
I can't believe you put that nasty thing in your mouth.
Eh, gotta get nutrients from somewhere.
You could clean it first.
It me.
You do 1 non-lethal damage to it. So you manage to smack it, like with the backside of your well, that was your bite. So yeah, you bite it, and your teeth don't even break the skin. You bruise it.
I smacked and bit it.
Yeah, and your claw does 1 damage to it. You just barely catch it. It's a very weak hit. This rat does not appreciate that. It is going to attempt to bite you. However, in your were-tiger form, it cannot break the skin. Dire Rat 2 is going to run up and it wants to bite Bryson. It does bite Bryson. Now, Bryson, I am going to need from you a fort save.
Alright.
Told you it was nasty.
Okay. Noted. Rexus is actually over here looking down the gate. The other dire rat is also going to try to bite Gabriel here. That one does hit. Can I get a fort save from you, please?
You may.
As he takes a chunk out of your calf. Noted. Bryson.
So ominous when you say noted like that.
Bryson's
Yeah.
going to
Scares the
spell
crap
combat
out of me.
Full attack.
Alright, what does Bryson do? I'm sorry? Bryson's going to...
Bryson's spell combating and full attacking, so...
Alright, Bryson swings with his scimitar. And casts a ray of frost. However, neither the blow nor the spell hit it. And then Bryson bites it. Bryson, you have bitten it. Roll me another fort save.
Ugh.
Noted. Kiernan.
All right. Do I have a direct line on Dire Rat too?
Do you have a shot? Yes, he is in melee, so keep that in mind. But you do have line of sight to him.
Let's see.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
would be firing into melee unless you have
Which is a -2 for firing
Precise
into
shot or
melee.
point blank shot?
you have them
Sight
both.
shot.
Yep.
Is what you would
Then
need.
you're good.
10-4.
Looks like
Oh,
Stream freeze?
yay!
Yeah, it looks
no,
like me
I
may have
just my
DC'd.
entire shit DC'd.
Oh
Hands
no.
frozen and everything else.
Yep,
Yeah,
post connection lost.
That's great.
All right. Hopefully that
Oh,
got
yep,
saved
we're back.
because that was an 18.
There we go.
It did not get saved.
No.
No, it didn't show up on my screen either.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
No, that was yeah. My internet just did the crap out thing.
Corrected to a
Ooh.
2.
You should roll your reroll. Reroll your roll. Yeah, reroll it.
You
Do
use
you
my
want to use your
reroll.
reroll for this?
Yeah, screw it. I'm feeling reckless.
Okay.
Ooh!
Well, you have used
Make sure
your
you
reroll
target the creature.
and rolled. Wow. That's how the dice are going to be today.
Okay.
Make one.
Gotcha. All right, so
And that was supposed to be at 2.
auto hit, no confirm, but you do end up doing 4 damage to it. You bury an arrow into it. Taking a shot, you get the feeling that you're going to miss, so you take just an extra half second to adjust your aim, unleashing an arrow into this rat.
Yeah, I don't
Hadrian.
know why I had it targeted, but it didn't do the thing.
It's probably because my internet did the crap
What?
thing.
Well, if that happens, if you didn't actually target
Oh,
it,
you
what
didn't
can do
target
is
it,
you-
yeah.
I dragged and dropped it on it.
Dirk, thank you. Yes, your arrow does
What you
strike
do
the rat,
is
killing it.
whatever the number is, the total, drag it onto the thing that you were trying to attack.
Okay, Debbie.
All right, Catrian. What shall Miss Catrian do?
I'm going to move to here and try to hit 7 with my crossbow.
Okay. So you move up to the doorway, trying not to get too close to these rats.
Yeah, definitely not.
And using your crossbow,
Darn.
you fire a shot that does indeed strike it right in the side, doing some pretty decent damage to it. The rat does not look like it's doing too well. Gabriel.
Good.
Well, it's snack time again. If I hopefully I can actually finish snack time this time. So we're gonna do Dire at 7.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, crit! Yay!
Nice.
it's hold shift for that.
No, it'll
No,
automatically.
it'll auto
fire.
do it now.
Okay, awesome. So that one is disabled. Use claws on the other one.
And the bite.
Okay, so you bite it, and you chomp down on it. That's not enough for you. You start just ripping it to pieces in your teeth. So, yeah.
Hi, Leonard.
Fort saves.
What is that? Hold on. Yeah, I need a fort save. Okay, you bit 7, and then, yeah, gotcha. You chomp down on 7 and take a swing with your claws at number 11. Can I get a fort save from you, Gabriel?
Of course.
Noted.
Oh, making me nervous.
You should be nervous.
Well, maybe I shouldn't eat
As-
strange rats.
This one tries to bite you. The one you just clawed tried to nip at your hand, but you are too fast in your tiger form.
Yeah, who would have
Rexus,
thought storms in
Entering
Florida?
the battle.
Can
Comes running up
can we
to
get
see
an
if he
AI
can help.
listening to the stream that like tallies up every time you say noted?
Bryson will step up to here and spell combat.
Okay. Bryson swings with his silverwork scimitar, or his silver masterwork scimitar. And no, and your ray of frost, neither one. These rats are little tiny, and they're running all over the place.
Nor does the bite hit.
No. Like, Bryson's over here swinging a sword, throwing spells, trying to bite. It's not working.
Hi.
What you doing? Oh, it's dead.
Oh, yeah.
I-
Kiernan
I say you, he did.
draws his bow and takes a shot. An arrow whizzes between Gabriel and Bryson, striking the rat and knocking it dead.
Did I ever mention? I fucking hate rats. You fall asleep in one basement and let's not talk about it.
That sounds like a personal problem to me.
It does.
Bryson will begin looking around.
Gabriel's gonna drop out of his beast
You say
form.
they're not like moon
Okay.
crickets or any of the weird cave dwelling insects you can just like toast and eat. No, those you don't want to mess with basement rats. Been there. That's way beyond food poisoning.
Are basement rats the worst kind of rats there are?
No, lawyers are the worst kind of rats.
I mean, there's gamey and then there's that.
As you're looking around, you hear something. Sounds like
I don't.
weird handpipe music.
Oh.
Coming from somewhere. You're not entirely sure where.
You hear?
Handpipe music.
You hear sounds? Dyson will start walking around, see if he can kind of figure out where it's coming from.
It seems to be coming
Kiernan's
from
gonna
everywhere.
Go and assist the large man.
Everywhere, but nowhere. But then it goes away.
Detect magic.
Do not detect magic.
Bryson shrugs and starts looking through all this stuff.
I'm gonna help
Okay.
out Bryson.
Well, you can tell that through the eye-watering stench of urine and feces in this room, that this space was used apparently to maintain and repair equipment. But
That is
nothing
exactly
there,
why I'm staying out of the room.
Nothing there is of any use at this time. Everything is old and
All right,
common.
Kiernan's sober enough to pore over everything with his engineering knowledge.
You are in a basement. A rather solid basement. The walls are made of stone, probably hewn from the natural bedrock.
Bryson will take his time.
Aye, that's what I thought.
This is closed, right?
Mm.
This gate.
That gate is closed, and you see a large rusty lock on it. It is a partially destroyed, half-destroyed iron grating.
I'm gonna try to remove the lock.
Okay, please make a disable device check.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There we go.
You feel like you are really close despite all the rust, but the rust is just sticking.
I'm gonna spit in the lock and try again.
Okay?
That's gross.
And apparently your spit was just the WD-40 lubricant it needed, as you managed to get a click after a couple of minutes, and the gate is now open.
So you
Spit.
just need a
Never
little
leave home
lubricant.
without it.
It's the most effective lubricant, actually, in my experience.
It opens a lot of doors.
At least the ones that matter.
Anyways,
Like doors to estates. By the way, when are we going to your estate?
after we get
know.
mint.
I think she's debating the merits of taking you to her estate now.
I don't blame her.
Alright, so before you see a couple of wooden doors that seem to close off this area. In fact, from behind the doors, hear that same haunting music.
Do we all hear it this time?
Oh yes, everyone hears it.
All right,
Including
I'm gonna.
Rexus, who
Oh, okay, there he is.
asked you
I was gonna go call for him.
who of you was
I-
playing that music.
I threaten it.
You threaten the music.
I do.
Raxus, I don't think any of us are
Noted.
making the music.
I know not
It's
what
in one
dangers
inch,
lie
not
ahead, but
music.
this sets me on edge.
I head to the doors and kick them open.
Pick them open, and you see a hallway which seems to curve up to the left. Always to the left. And there is an open doorway immediately to your left.
All right, I'm gonna sneak up to the corner up there. Watch. Kicking open doors seems to defeat the purpose, but I know what I'm doing.
Yes, you
Yeah.
go forth, dog speaker. Dog
Yes,
barker.
you kick open the door and then sneak forward. I
rolled
this
a critical
strategy.
too, so yeah, of course it works. The dice dictates it. All right, what's in the room?
Alright. A
Oh, don't worry, it was
50-foot
just the
diameter
wind.
A 50-foot diameter pool of rancid brown slurry fills most of this circular chamber. Chunks of plaster have fallen away, leaving ragged patches behind in the walls and ceilings and mounds of rubble on the floor. What wall space remains is decorated in crude drawings and symbols of sinister form. Greasy-looking chains run between 4 stout pillars rising from the muck and anchor to various points on the wall.
Is there anything on the pillars, or do they connect to the ceiling?
The pillars go to the ceiling.
Hmm.
But again, perhaps of more immediate concern, are the pair of devils which you see cavorting about in the slurry. A roiling wave of flesh gushes forward. Amid the fatty surge wriggle half-formed limbs and a dripping, tumorous face.
Oh,
As they
no.
begin making their way over towards you, please roll initiatives again.
Do they see me with my stealth?
They have heard the doors kicked open, so
Ah.
whether or not they see you, they are heading your general direction.
Fair
so,
enough.
as a matter of
Oh.
fact, let's see. I doubt either of them sees you.
Alright.
Okay. They don't seem to have noticed you particularly just
Oh,
yet,
sorry.
but they have heard the doors slam open.
Whoops. Hey, can you pop off my beast form? Apparently I'm retarded. And I can't take it off myself.
I can do so. Beast
If you
form.
click on the effects
Off.
icon,
You're good.
he still has one on.
Oh. Yeah.
He put 2 of them on him.
Yeah,
I see the.
because-
Oh, I see. Okay, so the. Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. There you
do
go.
I still have itchy on?
Yes, you are still itchy.
Fair. I need a shower. Alright, well. I suppose I go first then. I'm gonna sneak around the corner.
Okay, yeah, you get a surprise round here. So you get an action or a move or a standard.
Alright, I did a move.
Okay, you're going to need to roll me a fresh stealth if you're going to run just in front of them like that. If you move at full... Well, you can move at half speed if you're stealthing, unless you have something that lets you move at full speed.
Let's try this.
Noted. Alright. The lemurs seem to turn towards you as you attempt to stealth by.
Oh, that's not good.
So, it is now your full turn. As you got
Alright,
a
I'm gonna-
surprise round. By the way, nobody else is aware of the lemurs around the corner, as all you saw was Gabriel just dip around the corner. FYI.
You know, I'm gonna scream at them that they don't see me.
Okay, you are going to scream at the lemurs that they don't see you. Noted. Bryson, you hear your
No, me
rogue
don't
friend-
see you. Where you go?
And now
Who
you
you?
see the lemurs.
Do.
And you throw a ray of frost at them. It does nothing. Tiernan. You have heard Gabriel yell, "You don't see me!" And then have seen Bryson throw a ray of frost at something in the room.
Alright, just double checking. Point. Attack and damage, okay. Just want to double check point or precise shot or point blank shot, whatever.
Point blank shot, if they are within 30 feet, it gives you +1 to attack and damage.
You should have an effect.
And
on
I
the stage.
still miss.
And
Yeah.
you do indeed. You take a shot at the lemur, and your arrow just sails over it into the slurry. Well, this lemur turns away from the rogue who has just run through here. And begins oozing his way up to Bryson. That is a double move. Rexus is going to come to here and shout, "Oh my!" Let's see. And I believe he is going to, well, he's going to touch you, Bryson. And you feel as though you have received a touch of destiny. You get a +1 bonus on attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, and saving throws equal to 1. So you get 1.
Alright, how long does that last?
1 round.
Alright.
Sorry, that's what I meant by 1. For 1 round, you get a +1 to attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, and saving throws.
Okay.
As you feel the hand of destiny begin guiding you. Lemur 7 is going to come up to you, Gabriel, and is going to swipe with a claw, which is going to miss. As you nimbly dodge out of the way, Catrian.
I'm gonna step down here,
Okay?
and I'm gonna shoot out of my crossbow.
Okay. Pull up your crossbow and shoot it at this roiling mass of flesh, but it disturbs you so much that your shot misses wide. Gabriel.
Let's see. I'm gonna just, I guess, I'm not very stealthy, so I guess we're gonna try to kill it now. Stab it with my rapier.
Yes, you come at it in a perfect thrust, striking through it.
Oh, ouch.
But it seems as though your rapier has done absolutely no damage to it.
Yikes.
These beings, whatever they are, don't seem to be affected by your attack there.
Okay. So I still have a move, don't I?
Yes, yes you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a 5-foot.
Alright, you step back, realizing that your attack was ineffective. Trying to put some space between you and this creature. Bryson.
Alright. Bryson is going to attack with his rapier.
Your scimitar swings over thrusts over its head as you remember that you are wielding a scimitar and not a rapier.
You know, why not? We'll go ahead and use that rapier.
Alright, we have another reroll being used.
And I get the same thing. Lovely.
The exact same roll.
And then he'll try to bite it.
Feels bad.
And he tries to bite it, but this thing is not having any of that. Kiernan. Everyone has failed to even harm these things just yet.
Alright, I'm gonna throw my buddy Gabriel a little assist here.
Sweet.
Nice.
Alright, you take aim with your bow. Firing a shot that hits the lemur, the arrow sticks, but it doesn't
Does
seem to
absolutely no
bother it
damage.
at all.
What type of knowledge check, by the way, are these?
You will need a knowledge planes.
Oh,
Alright.
wait, that's on current. Never mind.
Yep. Well, this thing lashes out with both of its claws. One of them misses you, the first one, but the second one does hit you, dealing 4 damage and knocking you unconscious. You have you've been dropped to staggered. You're standing there on one knee, brought down. Rexus. Well, Rexus is going to do what Rexus can do here. He is going to attempt... Let's see, he's going to move actually over here for positioning as he color sprays it. A riot of color erupts from his hand, but this lemur doesn't seem to even notice. Lemur 7 is going to slither its way towards you, Gabriel, and lash out with a pair of claws. The first one hits. for 4 damage. You are claws rake across you. You are rather injured. Patreon.
Can I shoot him from here?
Yes. You
Because
have line
Rex
of
has kind
sight.
of got in the way.
Both those doors are open, and you have enough of an angle without Rexus being there.
Okay.
You strike it with your crossbow.
Nothing.
And though your bolt buries itself deep within this thing, it seems to have no effect on it.
I think this is not a good fight to be in.
Gabriel.
Well, this is not going so. I'm going to move twice, so I'm going to take a 5 foot, and then I'm going to run around.
Okay, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to be taking the withdraw action to avoid provoking.
Okay.
Which is a full
We'll do that
round
then.
action. You can move up to double your speed.
Okay.
And the first square you leave will not provoke. So you run around to the north side of this slurry pit.
Do I see anything? Is there any doors over there?
Let's see. As you look through here, you can see an open area over here. Seems to be more or less crumbled into ruins.
All right. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Bryson, you are disabled.
Can I still take a withdraw action?
You cannot, well, you can, but you will immediately drop to dying once you have performed said action. So you know that if you try to get away from this, you're going to put a lot of effort in, which could just... You don't know if you have it in you.
Well, if I stay here, I'm probably done anyways. Yep, Bryson not go down without a fight. So Bryson is going to use his last point in arcane enchantment and lash
Okay.
out.
That is a hit. You also feel the hand of destiny guiding you here.
I forgot to add that to it, so it'd be an extra point of damage.
You lash out with the last of your strength. And it seems that your silver scimitar has overcome whatever resistance this thing had to damage and has slain it. As you drop unconscious and dying. And then you stabilize. Immediately. You lash out and the world goes dark. Everyone, you see Bryson fall to the ground. Tiernan.
All right. I'm gonna move over to my buddy Bryson here and fire one more shot.
Okay. Alright, you definitely hit it.
Alright.
Your arrow hits
Is my-
it hard
is my
enough.
damage not loading?
It seems to have hurt it. Your last arrow didn't hurt it, but this one seems to have hurt it, like as it gets a solid thunk and you see it shiver. Rexus is going to run up and he's going to begin checking on Bryson here. Meanwhile, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 20. This lemur seems to be just mindlessly chasing you, Gabriel. Hadrian.
I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna cast my last Cure Light Wounds.
Okay. Alright. So, what does it look like when you cast a Cure Light Wounds there, Catrian?
I touch him, and my hands glow, and the life energy pours into him.
Alright, so Catrian just leans over and touches Bryson. Her hands begin to glow. Bryson wakes up.
We have mint.
No, not yet.
Gabriel.
We get mint.
We need to kill these things first.
Then we
Yeah.
get mint. Bryson.
I'm gonna scream at I'm gonna scream at it again to leave me the fuck alone. Just
Yeah.
Noted.
Oh, there's another noted.
Bryson, you have woken up. You are on the ground. You see one up ahead in this.
Can I tell that it
Oh,
seems
yes.
to be chasing Gabriel?
No, you have you haven't actually seen it move, considering everything's happening all at once. Actually, okay, with that perception, you can see that it is moving away from you.
5, 10, 15.
Does he hear me screaming?
Oh yes, everyone can hear you screaming.
Bryson
to
will
leave
double
it-
move to there.
leave you alone. Bryson, just remember you're going to have to stand up from being prone, so you only have
Okay.
one move.
Yep, so I can get to
Bryson
there.
stands up and takes off. Kiernan.
Alright. No idea if you guys can hear me, but
Yeah, we can
Kiernan's
hear you.
gonna
Yep.
stick with this, attempting to stick the monster thing.
Kiernan takes another shot.
And
This
then
one
it's on the way.
bounces off one of the chains hanging overhead. Rexus is going to step up and he's going to touch you, Kiernan. And as he touches you, you feel the hand of fate guiding you. You now have a +1 for the next round. On, let's see here. Attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, and saving throws. And this thing oozes its way towards you, Gabriel. Hadrian. You see that this mass of flesh has just closed in on Gabriel.
I'm gonna try and fire my crossbow at it.
Okay.
Yep, go play.
Your shot. You're not particularly well trained in a crossbow, I would say, and your shot just
No.
skips across the top of the nasty water here.
The gross thing in front of me is very distracting.
Very much so, Gabriel.
Oh, well.
Go read.
I'm gonna try to stick it again since it's not listening. I hate when nothing listens to me.
What?
You stick it with your rapier.
Ah,
Again, you shank it and it seems to do absolutely nothing.
I'm gonna take a 5 foot. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
have a
go
move.
ahead. No, you have your move action. Sorry.
No worries. All right.
Alright. Bryson.
Let's see. 550.
Alright, where the rubble is counts as difficult terrain.
Okay. So then Bryson can get to there, double moving.
You see Bryson coming around the corner. It looks as though he is coming to help. Kiernan.
Get them, then we get mint.
Alright. He's still in my wheelhouse. I still got a shot.
Oh, yes.
And you get a +1 to that.
Oh, that does indeed hit.
Nice shot.
It's not much, but it's something.
It's more than I've done.
Your arrow nails it solidly, and you know from experience that that should hurt. But it barely seems to notice.
And it should do one more. He forgot to apply the.
No, that does not apply to damage rolls, only to the attack roll.
Okay, I misheard then. My bad.
No problem. Well, he's going to step up and touch you again, and you feel the same hand of destiny guiding your actions now, Kiernan.
Do you like when Uncle Rexus touches you? Ooh.
Everyone likes when Uncle Rexus touches them. Gabriel, this lemur comes up and it begins swinging with both of its claws at you. And while your rapier may be ineffective at damaging it, it is not ineffective at parrying its claws. Catrian.
Fair enough. The little miracles.
Excuse me, sorry.
Gesundheit. Alright.
Thank you. I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
Hold on. 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. Can't get close enough to it. Alright. Well, there we go. I'll move.
Okay.
I'll take a 5-foot step. Sorry, I had to see where I could actually try and
Alright.
attack it from.
You strike it. Your bolt pierces it, but again, you might as well have walked up and slapped it for all the damage it seems to have done.
If I had mage hand.
Gabriel.
Alright, well, third time's the charm, right?
Right. Absolutely gotta be.
Oh no!
Super charming. Gabriel, you have a reroll.
You know what? I'm gonna use that reroll.
Alright.
Seems like a good time for it.
It seems like a good time for it.
Okay, that's better.
It was a good time for it. So you see yourself like slipping on the wet floor. And you just go, no, 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 no. And somehow you manage to slam your rapier into this thing.
Nope.
Doing absolutely nothing to it. You're beginning to realize that you may not even be able to hurt this thing.
That's depressing.
Little bit. Bryson. You see Gabriel sticking this thing over and over and over again, and for just a second he slips, but he manages to catch his footing again and strike it, and it's doing nothing.
Okay. It's a straight line. Can I charge it?
Yes, you have a charge line.
Alright. Then Bryson will charge.
Bryson runs up to this thing with a war cry, brandishing his silver scimitar, brings it crashing down on this creature. Do 5 damage to it. You hit it pretty good. You hit it pretty good.
Can I still use my bite attack on a charge?
Oh.
I don't think you can. I think it's just the one.
All right.
On a charge. On a charge. Kiernan, Bryson has just run charging at this thing and dealt it quite a good blow.
And I miss.
Your arrow gets caught in one of the chains. Well, Rexus seems perplexed here. What can he do? Let's see what kind of distance we have. Shit, that's 80 fucking feet. Okay. Alright, he's going to touch you, Catrian. Catrian, for the next round, you have +1 to attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, and saving throws.
Okay.
The lemur here is going to take a swipe at Gabriel, which misses. He's also going to take a swipe at Bryson. Both of you manage to parry his claws as he is trying to split his attacks between the two of you, Catrian.
Is it firing into melee now?
Oh yes. There is very much melee happening here.
You should do it. Just fuck it.
Alright, we'll give it a shot. No.
No, you're very worried about striking Bryson or Gabriel here. And you'd rather not hit your allies, no matter how much they want to visit your mansion.
I didn't say I wanted to rob it.
Bryson don't care about robbing unless they have mint. Then Bryson might not think twice about robbing.
And so your bolt goes skittering across the floor. Gabriel.
I'm gonna 5 foot.
Okay?
So we're now flanking it, right?
No, that does not count as flanking. But if
What do I need?
Bryson takes a step to the left, it will count as flanking.
Okay. Well, that's good enough. And I'll take another stab at it.
Alright, so Gabriel, you slip around the side of it and strike it, hoping to draw its attention away from Bryson. Your poke has done nothing except anger it, which seems to be
Oh, that's good.
what's going on right now. Bryson.
That's what I'm good at.
Bryson
Very
will
much.
5 foot.
And now Bryson is flanking. You have split its attention as Bryson does bring his silver scimitar crashing
For
down
mint!
and slicing the creature into pieces as it poofs.
Poops
No.
or poofs?
Poofs into
Oh, okay.
another dimension. And as the battle begins, as the adrenaline begins to fade a little bit, you realize that you have done it. You have won the day against whatever those foul beings were.
I give Bryson a pat on the shoulder and I say, "I'm glad you didn't put that in your mouth."
They know taste like
Uh,
mint.
Yeah, he's probably pretty glad he didn't put it in his mouth either.
And he'll come up here and start looking around.
Is anyone skilled in healing?
I used my last heal, bringing him back from being unconscious.
Well, that's fine. Well, I guess we're gonna start adventuring. I'll follow Bryson into the room that he's headed into. You know, actually, I'm gonna go around the other way if there's anything over there. Is that just a blank wall, or is there a door there too?
So that is an open area where everything seems to have kind of crumbled away over the years.
All right, I'm gonna start sneaking around and sneaking my way in there, doing what I should have been doing.
All right. All right, so you begin sneaking around the corner. You can see where a door still stands, although the wall itself has been destroyed long ago.
All right, I keep moving up.
Yep. See another door lying on the floor. On the floor there.
And Kiernan's curious about this back hallway that we didn't use.
Kiernan checks it out and realizes it just kind of loops around.
Does that mean the hallway's loopy?
The hallway is a little loopy.
Oh, much like me.
Keep moving my way up. I'm gonna head
You
up to this
hear
doorway up here.
You hear up ahead that weird panpipe music.
I'm gonna peek around the corner.
Don't see anything that could be causing such music. These rooms
And
have fallen mostly into disrepair. Chunks of plaster hang from the walls, exposing rough stonework beyond. Scattered furnishings that once outfitted bunk rooms, a kitchen, and even an armory lie scattered about in states of complete disrepair, and doors hang from hinges in the crumbling archways that lie between the chambers.
Is there any like chairs or anything like a
It looks
any
as though, to you, it looks as though this area has not been used in over a decade.
Right. I'm gonna go up to the wall and just take a seat.
But in the northeast corner of the ruined chambers, you do see 3 small crates.
Oh, I guess I start peeking in the crates.
All right.
Get some loot.
Would you like to open crate 1, 2, or 3 first?
Can I see if there's any traps?
Go ahead and check.
What do I roll for that? Disable
Perception.
device? Perception? Okay.
Okay, is that on crate 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Crate 1 is not trapped, and it contains a suit of magical leather.
I'm gonna check crate. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
A composite longbow. A very well-made hand crossbow. A very well-made silver morning star. A magical cloak. And a pouch with a dozen pearls.
Can I check the other 2 crates for crate 2 for a trap?
Go ahead. Alright, this crate is not trapped, but it contains a locked, watertight iron coffer.
Okay. And then crate 3. Our rolls keep getting better.
Crate 3 is also not trapped. It contains, at first, what looks like just ancient straw. But as you dig through it, you realize that there are 6 silver raven figurines.
I pull up the figurines, set them on the floor, and then I take out the locked box and I try to pop that open.
Okay. And with very deft hands that make everybody wonder what the hell you do for a living, you manage to pop open the lock on this box. Inside, you find... Move them up here. Inside, you find a small stack of documents and scrolls.
Ooh.
I hand the box. I walk over and hand the box to Katrine because I don't know I don't care about paper. I don't read books.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head back over and pick up the figurines and check those out. Well, I'll let everyone do what they need to do. Sorry, I kind of took over, but
Not a problem. Detect magic on it all, if he asks me.
Yeah, I was gonna check magic too
Okay.
and hand me the box.
So, you have a magical suit of leather armor, a magical cloak, and all 6 of those silver raven-shaped figurines are indeed magical.
Alright.
So, just a second here, let me do some things. Whoop, not that.
Armor, cloak, and then figurines was the order that you stated.
Okay, armor is a 14, You're unable to determine exactly what magic is on this armor. The cloak is a cloak of elven kind. The figurines, you are definitely unable to figure out what these figurines do exactly. You can tell that the leather armor has the figurines have a moderate enchantment and transmutation aura.
Okay.
That's spiffy.
As you begin digging through the scrolls there, Catrian, you realize that, and the documents, you realize that a couple of them are indeed magical, but a lot of them seem to be written in a cipher that mixes a number of different languages. Let me look at your languages. You don't recognize any of them.
What languages do you speak?
Chelish, Common, Infernal, and Silver.
Okay. I speak Common and Infernal, so that's not
Do
fair.
I
Will help.
recognize any of them?
I show them to Bryson since he's the one doing spellcraft checks and stuff.
Bryson, you recognize part of it as having been written in Strix.
Bird people language.
But only only some of it is written in something sort of Strix, and there's definitely something that's going to require some decoding. In fact, Rexus takes a look at them and he says, he's looking through real quick and he goes, Celestial, Elven, Strix. I think I can solve this cipher. It's going to take time, but I think I can solve it. Probably going to take weeks of study. But, I suppose this here was what my mother intended for us to find. It seems that the Silver Ravens have left some sort of, cache behind in case they were ever needed again.
Cool. What about the scrolls that I found?
Alright. Being able to just read the scrolls as you can. You have found... Here, I'll open them up here. You have a scroll of misdirection. A scroll of pass without trace. A scroll of undetectable alignment. And a scroll of whispering wind.
I muttered to myself about the lack of healing scroll.
Yes, well, it seems that each of these scrolls are specifically scrolls meant to assist in espionage.
It does seem that way.
Bryson will take a look at the cloak and walk up to Gabriel. Barking man, this help.
I take the cloak and I give a bow and I'm like, "Ah, you're so sweet to me." And I just kind of flourish it on.
Alright, I will add the Cloak of Elvenkind to your inventory. That gives you a +5 competence bonus on stealth checks.
Awesome.
So your stealth now goes up by 5.
See.
There you go. So your stealth is a little bit ridiculous now.
Does this remind you of Game of Thrones?
This very much does remind me of your Game of Thrones character.
All right. I motion to the leather armor. Katrine, do you know what this is?
I don't have spellcraft.
Oh, you don't? I thought you did. My bad.
No.
Bum bum bum.
Maybe
Yes.
next level.
Is Bryson able to check?
I
again
failed the
or no?
He will be able to check again tomorrow.
Okay.
And speaking of, as Rexus is looking at all of this, he says, I thank you all for coming and helping me with this. Perhaps we should find a place to lay low.
I look at him and then I look around. Seems like a good place to me.
But perhaps I know of a better place.
I just look at Gabriel and I'm just like,
I mean, if we go back upstairs, I have a nice nap spot right outside the doors.
You could probably lay with the dogs too. They're just
Well-
sweet little pups, aren't they?
If you'd really
That
like
doesn't
to
sound like a
stay
bad idea,
here,
actually.
I suppose you can, but I'd really like to introduce you to somebody.
At an estate?
Not so much an estate as
I'll go with you, Rexus.
coffee house.
Oh, I could do coffee.
Coffee sounds good.
I do an extravagant flourish of my new cape. I'm like, onwards! Trying to act as noble as possible.
Really
Gabriel,
wishing for
you
mage
still have
hand right
liquor?
now.
All right. And so he takes you out of here and to a place known as the Long Roads Coffee House. Where, as you arrive, you are greeted by a halfling woman. Second here, I'm looking for my thing.
By a what woman? I'm sorry.
A halfling woman.
Halfling. Okay.
In fact, this woman. And as you enter, ding-ling-ling-ling, she looks up from her place behind the counter and sees you, and she goes, "Oh, it's so good to see you all again." And walks up and gives each and every one of you a hug as she places a mug of hot coffee into your hands and tells you, come, you must come to the back room, or to my office. We should catch up, old time's sake.
I
give a-
smile and tell her that sounds delightful.
I give a big smile and go, of course! I could always spare time for you!
It's been so long.
Okay.
I grab Bryson. Oh, she might have some mint in the back for you.
Okay.
She
Try to
ushers
get the
you
appropriate response.
cheerfully and joyfully into the office, where once she closes the door, she looks at Rexus, and her demeanor kind of changes, and she goes, "Are you okay? I heard about the protest today." And Rexus says, yes, I have brought these fine people. They
I snort
are,
when he says fine people.
Bryson's looking at a cup of brown liquid awkwardly.
I drink my coffee because it's coffee and I like it.
Says, I
Is
would
there
like
boo-
to introduce to you Bryson, Kiernan, and Gabriel and Catrian. And I
How
would
do you
like
do?
for you, and they are here to rebuild the Silver Ravens. And I would like for you all to meet Miss Laria Longroad.
I give her a nod as I'm rummaging her shelf for booze.
She smacks your hand.
She was
I put her,
Portia's contact. Okay.
I give her a smile and go, brow.
Before
And then I take a seat.
before reaching up and pulling out a bottle of whiskey, and asking, and she turns her piercing eyes onto each of you in turn. And then she
Hey,
looks
sorry,
at
I
sorry,
stare
Kieran.
her
I'm
back.
awake.
She looks at Kieran and she points right in your face and goes, "You! Why do you want to rebuild the Silver Ravens?"
I missed that. I'm lagging a little bit.
She points her finger in your face, Kieran, and it says, "You! Why do you want to rebuild the Silver Ravens?" You there?
Lordy. I'm bouncing between 70 and 3,000 latency right now.
Oh, jeez.
Rough.
Oh yeah.
That's rough.
The neighbors are downloading goat porn or something. All right.
Something. Alright, so Laria, again, for the third time, points her finger in your face, Kieran, and says, "You! Why do you want to rebuild the Silver Ravens?"
Me? I'm just here for a fucking good time.
She doesn't seem particularly pleased with that answer, as she turns around and looks at Catrian and goes, "And what about you?"
I'm gonna use diplomacy. I haven't actually entered, but I'm gonna use diplomacy anyways.
Okay.
Oh, you diplomacy the shit out of her.
You put on
Ah!
your most noble manners as you say,
Things cannot stay the way they are for the kind people of Kintaro. Times are changing, and they must change more. We cannot leave it the way that it is. Our citizens deserve better.
"Oh, she looks very pleased with your answer there, Catrian." As she points at Bryson, "You! Why
At this
do
point,
you
Bri-
wish
Bri-
to
Bryson's
rebuild the
finally
Silver Ravens?"
Trying to seeing everybody else drink this brown liquid. He tries it, tastes how bitter it is, and spits it out. This not water.
"It is water, brewed with the bean of the coffee."
It's bean water, Bryson. Drink it.
Bryson hands it just hands it over to Gabriel.
I put a little bit of whiskey in it, in his glass, my glass,
Bryson
and
finds mint
Kiernan's.
for Elda. You have mint?
I'm afraid mint has been rather hard to come by here in this last week. I might know where some is. "And what of you?" As she points at Gabriel, as you're pouring whiskey into your coffee. "Why do you seek to rebuild the Silver Ravens?"
I'm gonna bluff her.
Okay.
Like, for the good of the people, and not to stir up trouble and loot things like a criminal. Ah!
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to actually, find where's your sense motive? She looks at you somewhat suspiciously. That answer is somewhat suspicious.
That answer's a lot suspicious.
I shrug at her and I'm like, oh, well, I do want to steal things, but I want to steal things from the new government. And, well, Elda does like mint, and it makes me sad when she's not very happy.
Very well.
As Bryson sees him pouring the whiskey, Bryson will try it again. Just taking it back out of his hand.
Don't
That's
forget yours,
Bryson.
Kieran.
This better.
Alright. So now that she has heard what you all have to say, she is going to reveal to you. Here. Ding. 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 There we go. She tells you, "Well, as for myself, I may know a thing or two about illicit organizations. You see, I am part of the Bellflower Network. Have you heard of this?"
What kind of knowledge check?
Local?
Yep.
The
local.
Bellend Network.
Or Rebellion.
Bellflower Network. Did you have Lore Rebellion?
I have rebellions and local. Can I roll both?
Sure, yeah.
Bryson, no. You. And he points to her.
Holy crap!
I forgot. I can roll anything untrained. I'm a freaking bard.
This is true. You are a freaking bard. Patron, you know a couple of songs about the Bellflower Network. According to the songs, this network works to save halfling slaves from a life of slavery, working as a kind of underground railroad. Halflings are often slaves in Chiliax. Adrian,
Yes.
did you hear that?
Yes, I am writing it down. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Doing the note thing.
Yep. And she says she's part of the Bellflower Network.
I nod. Rexus tells us you were also Bolshevik Decora's contact.
She says... I'm going to pull that up so I have it. She nods a bit and she says, well, I was friends with your mother. With your mother, as she nods at Rexus. Our relationship was one of friendship, more than professional interest. We often traded tactics and techniques for maintaining secrecy. As I know that she was part of a secret order herself.
Mm-hmm.
As I could offer you rooms here. In the bunk room. She says,
Okay.
you know, I have some secret tunnels down below this place. I've used it to hide fugitives, bellflower tillers, stolen goods, you know, the like. We've always called that place the Wasp's Nest. Unfortunately, well, I've been allowing a friend by the name of Nan to smuggle a load of Verizian textiles through there, and I've been storing them until he could find a buyer. Nan arrived several days earlier to check on his goods amid all of our troubles, but I haven't seen him come back up. With the city and all of my networks falling apart, and I have to maintain a nonchalant facade the entire time, I haven't really had time to follow up on my friend's fate. If you'd be willing to get some rest tonight and perhaps investigate tomorrow, I think that we might find some good use of those tunnels.
Okay. And Bryson will start walking around to wherever the rooms were, and he'll just kick open the door and walk over to the bed and cry.
Kick open a door.
Okay. And as you're walking away, Bryson, you hear that weird panpipe music.
Bryson likes this place. Nighttime music.
All right.
I try to sense the music's motive.
It seems to be in a sinister mood. Vaguely.
I get pissed
sinister.
off, and I threaten it again.
You have threatened the music. Noted.
Nothing plays sinister music in my presence.
All right. And so you have the bunk room here to rest in for the night. As you get an overnight rest.
Yay!
Gabriel and Bryson, y'all are still feeling pretty rough the next day. Kiernan, you're feeling okay, still a little sore.
Sorry about that.
10-4 on that. Oof.
Okay, new spellcast checks for the items. Read out.
I'm guessing we already slept.
No. Yes. Okay, so you can't figure out the leather armor yet as you are checking that. But the figurines, you recognize to be figurines of wondrous power.
Ooh.
Yes, this silver figurine turns into a raven on command, but it retains its metallic consistency. Another command sends it off into the air, bearing a message, just like any creature affected by an animal messenger spell. If not commanded to carry a message, the raven obeys the commands of its owner. Although it has no special powers or telepathic abilities, it can maintain its non-figurine status for only 24 hours per week, but the duration need not be continuous.
Bryson mode.
And you
Go to
have
the rest of the party.
6
This
of
pretty
these.
bird.
It is a pretty bird. He is not incorrect.
Can I get up early and go to the kitchen?
Absolutely. What would you like to do in the kitchen?
See if she's cooking?
Miss Laria is there running her kitchen with a couple of employees.
I ask to help.
She looks a little taken aback. I mean, you are of a noble family. But if you really, truly wish to help, then of course she would be happy to have you help. Do you have cooking as a craft?
No.
Then please roll me a dex check.
Okay. I'd like to re-roll that.
Alright, you are going to use your re-roll in the best way possible.
Absolutely.
In the kitchen. Oh my gosh. Oh!
God damn it.
You were doing okay until you decided you just needed to try harder. At which point, you try to go faster and work harder, and end up spilling the morning's eggs all over the floor.
Oh no!
About 3 dozen of them.
Oh no!
Can I try to...
Laria asks you to
Oh.
please leave the kitchen.
Yeah.
You could have just made tea instead.
Yeah.
As somebody who's gathered that many eggs in one morning, that hurt me.
I'll give her 5 gold to replace the eggs that I destroyed.
Wow. For
Those
eggs?
Now
are some
that-
expensive legs.
Is exactly how a noble behaves. How much could an egg? How much could an egg be? Like 3 gold?
It's like a gold a dozen, right? Here, there's
Try
5. We'll call it good.
Try like
Yeah.
maybe a couple copper for a dozen. Maybe.
Maybe.
If the economy's bad, you might pay 2 copper for a dozen.
Right.
I go to the other side and in the area where you can eat, and I just make some tea for myself.
Okay. What do the rest of you do? You've woken up here. The events of yesterday. I mean, you were in a. Yesterday was a very eventful day. You were in a riot. Started a riot. Then you
You're
rescued
welcome.
someone who then turned you on to this whole thing about this whole secret society, this whole secret rebellion group from long ago, and then you found their cache, and he started working on decoding these documents,
Bryson-
and you found a bunch of gear.
Bryson wakes up a bit irritated. He still has not found mint. But he was told if he goes to underground place, there might be mint.
There might be.
So the question is, does he start trying to rip up the floorboard? Does he find someone?
I don't know, Bryson, you're not feeling real good right now. Like, you're pretty beat up. So's Gabriel. You and Gabriel are both a little stiff and pretty sore.
I'm gonna
Karen and vows
actually-
not to get out of bed today.
I'm going to head out and head to I'm guessing, yeah, I know where some hidden churches of Calistria are, and I'm gonna head to one of them for some healing. Right?
Okay. Interesting idea. Okay, so you are going to try to find... Oh yeah, because you are a worshiper of Calistria, aren't you? Yes, you are. Alright, so you know a cleric of Calistria. And you just happen to know they're the secret cleric of Calistria. They actually work in a as a tailor during their day job. That's their cover, at least right now. So you walk
Right.
into the tailor's shop and you see your friend who, when he can, leads secret services for Calistria. And he sees you walk in, and you look really beat up as he comes up to you and goes, "Ah, are you here to get your cloak hemmed?" That fine new cloak. It looks like it needs some tailoring, yes?
Of course, of course. My jerkin and my undershirt I need a touch up as well. But you're my favorite tailor, so I made my way here as soon as I could.
Of course, of course. Come on, back to the back room. We'll get you measured and fitted in no time. Once he gets you back there, he looks at you and is like, "What happened to you?"
I shrug and I go, the usual.
Just shakes his head. Like, "I suppose you came here because you want something?"
Well, you are definitely my favorite person when it comes to Calistria. I'd like some healing if you could.
Because, this isn't something that I can just do all the time right now.
I take out 15 gold and I set it down. Is that something that you can do? I can leave. I'll make sure that I
15?
don't come back. 15. When it comes to other churches, I'm a cheapskate. But when it comes to my own church, nothing is too extravagant. Is 15 not enough?
Hold on a second. I gotta look at my,
Probably not.
Probably
Okay, well.
not. I don't think 15 covers.
I mean,
the
standard price
usual.
for a potion is 50. Spellcasting services is
Oh, well.
It's what, 10 times spell level times caster level?
I think so.
So a Cure Light Wounds, probably caster level 5. So yeah, 50 gold would be the general
Okay,
usual price, and things
let-
are not your
let's do
usual set right now.
Let's do 68 gold. I'll toss that down for him.
68. That's a better purse
Alright.
for this.
I dropped it down, my gold down to 68.
He sighs. And looks around, makes sure no one's listening. And pulls back his sleeve to reveal a tattoo of the holy symbol of Callistria. As he reaches out and touches you, closing his eyes, and begins praying, kind of quietly in a hushed tone. And you feel your wounds heal up. And he says, "Look, if you need healing like this again, might I suggest buying some potions? They're not illegal."
I sigh and I give kind of a frown and I know, but I'd rather give my money to you. Next time I'll buy potions though.
Look, I appreciate it, and Callistria appreciates your dedication here, but it does us no good if we're all in prison.
My face goes grim. Well, hopefully real soon that'll change. I give a pat on the shoulder, then I put on my best smile and I go, "Thank you for fixing my cloak. It looks good as new. I'll come back some other time if I ever need."
Yes,
And I leave the
yes,
shop.
that will be 5 gold pieces for the tailoring. As he just gets this smirk on his face as you realize that he's about to charge you an extra 5 gold for tailoring he didn't do.
I give him a winking and I go, "Oh, just put it on my tab. You know I'm good for it."
Kind of rolls his eyes and, "Very well, good sir, very well."
And I head back to the coffee shop.
Alright, so while you have gone and gotten healing from your Callistrian cleric, what about everyone else?
Kiernan hasn't left bed. He's a very tired man.
Kiernan wants bed rest.
Bryson literally picks Kiernan up over his shoulders and starts
Good luck with that.
going around looking for Rexus.
You can find Rexus out front having some breakfast. Or you can find Rexus in the office, in Laria's office, digging through all the notes that he has, all the documents that he's acquired from underneath the livery.
For the record, big man, can you? I'm only gonna ask this once. If you awake me, can you princess carry me so I can at least get some sleep on the way to where we're going?
Yeah, Bryson will princess carry him over. And then when he gets there, he'll drop him on the floor.
Ouch.
Rexus looks up, quite shocked. "Oh, hi. What can I do for you?"
We go now?
Go where? Go where? Where are we going?
Underground? Mint.
Oh, yes. Well, the wasp nest, I understand. I thought perhaps I should stay here and work on this. This seems to be something quite important. Do you need me to go with you? I can.
Bryson just shrugs.
He looks concerned at your current state.
Bryson tends to be completely oblivious to it and not really caring.
Okay.
He just
Catrian, you also saw him, you also saw Bryson carrying Kiernan through the lobby.
I'm gonna say she didn't because she was sulking over her tea, muttering to herself that cooking eggs shouldn't be that hard.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair
The
enough.
servants do it all the time. God damn it!
Yes. How hard can it be if the servants can do it every day?
Hey, Miu, I think the
Yes.
webcam or the feed is kind of messed up. It doesn't
Yes.
show our webcams.
Is it?
At least on.
No,
Oh, there it
now
goes.
it's
It
back.
popped back. Never mind.
Yeah, everyone's been kind of flickering in and out a little bit. Like I said, the
Oh,
storm's been messing with my internet
it was
a
on
bit.
the DM I sent you.
What was?
Did I?
Where the webcams are, it was instead of showing us, it was showing what bits and
Oh,
pieces
God,
of the
yeah,
DM.
no, I gotcha. Thank you.
I will be aware
Yeah.
of that and choose a more suitable way to DM you.
No, that's fine. And now it seems to have all frozen.
It looks fine to me.
My
Oh,
webcam.
that's what
unfortunately.
what happened. I got it.
There we go.
I gotta remember how I gotta leave things
Yep.
open for the way we're doing it. Okay,
Bird.
cool. Thank you for pointing that out. So, Bryson, you wanna head downstairs? Head down below. Would you like Rexus to go with you? He can, if you would like.
He said he's doing other things. So Bryson doesn't care where the other people are.
Okay.
He's just off to get mint. And this person that he's come across since I've seen has been Kiernan. So he has brought Kiernan with him.
Okay.
Kiernan's a little
Well-
cross, but not entirely surprised that he's been thrown on yet another floor.
I'm
Alright.
sitting probably here. So
Yep.
I think it's funny how we've got a little co-star today.
I think he's adorable.
Right. He's adorbs. Okay.
Um,
All right.
so
So
if
you're
you
sitting
wanna
at the table.
snag
yes,
me on the
Catrian
way.
Catrian's sitting
Do I
there
see her
stirring her
running
tea,
by?
going, yeah, you see Catrian sitting there stirring her tea, muttering about
Yeah,
how
he'll grab
hard
her.
can it be? Servants can do it.
He'll come up, still carrying once again, and go, "You come."
I'll look at him.
And he'll just start going to wherever pointed what the entrance was.
Okay.
I'll stand up and grab him.
Yes.
All right. Yes? We're grabbing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That how that worked. Huh. And then we'll
Okay.
continue walking.
All right. It's about the time Gabriel gets back from getting his cloak altered. And, now, question. Bryson, you're just calling this out in the middle of the, coffee house?
The only time I only said, "Here, you come" to them. The only time I mentioned anything was in the office with Rexus.
Right. Just checking.
Can you please?
Yeah, as you get to the pantry over here. So you drag everyone to the pantry. That's when, Gabriel, you walk in, and you see Bryson and, Patreon and a grumpy-looking Kiernan.
Who's
Walking
being
off.
princess carried.
Yes. Kiernan is being princess carried by Bryson at the moment. Across the room.
Slugman's surprisingly comfortable to sleep in his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Is
It's like a
Is-
walk-in hotel.
the
4
coffee
stars.
shop full with people?
There are a number of people who have come here this morning to get breakfast and coffee and tea and discuss the events of yesterday. They're all abuzz about the riot that has gone on. And Laria is smiling and welcoming everybody, giving them their coffee. The entire place smells of cardamom and nutmeg, black pepper and thilu bark, and a very large portrait of Queen Abigail II hangs above the bar, which you have begun seeing in every shop here in Kintargo.
I make my way up to her and I ask for a cup of tea.
She looks outside to make sure it's light out as she hands you a cup of tea.
All right. I drink that down and I'm like, do you still need help with that wasp nest?
She goes, "Oh yes, let me show you." Now, at this point, Bryson, you've already taken Kiernan into the pantry. And Catrian, you have followed.
Yeah, it probably just looks like we're headed for a threesome. It's okay.
Headed for a
Yeah,
threesome. I'm down.
It looks like you, have all, for some reason, gone to the pantry.
I do love threesomes.
Hey, no kink
So-
shaming.
Give me a,
Oh, it's my favorite
perception
pastime.
check.
A what?
Perception checks.
A kink check.
Nice.
Yes. Yes, with that roll, you do indeed like this.
Alright, well, Bryson. Yep, perfect, you're asleep. Bryson, you notice a concealed trapdoor that seems to lead down below.
Yep, Bryson will go in.
Okay.
I want to say, he makes sure nobody's looking at that, but nope.
I don't know if anybody
Being
noticed.
fair, being honest.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but I have a blanket like slung over my left shoulder, and Robbie has pulled it over his face so he can fall asleep right here.
Aww.
Aww.
That's cute.
See.
Bryson
Beep.
and
Aww.
Kiernan and Catrian. You find yourselves in a dry cellar. This basement contains numerous crates of cooking ingredients, sacks of coffee beans, and other supplies needed to maintain a thriving business. So, what do you want to do?
You said I noticed a trapdoor.
That is this is after you've gone through the trapdoor. This is where you find yourself, down below, in a dry cellar.
Oh, fantastic.
Bryson starts looking around.
Bryson,
We're looking
you
for
just see a
another
bunch of
trapdoor.
supplies. Catrian, you are looking all over the floor, but you can't see a trapdoor.
Hold on.
Bryson will.
Kiernan
And at
is
this point-
asleep.
At this point, Bryson realizes Kiernan has fallen asleep in his hand and drops him again.
What are the odds? What are the odds I'm gonna roll a 1 twice while I'm asleep?
It is pretty beautiful.
All right, I'm gonna try that perception check again. Nope.
Catrian has fallen asleep, it appears. Catrian, you are very certain that one of the tiles here, in fact, you're very certain that this section of floor is a trapdoor. You just can't figure out how to open it.
Oy.
And that is when Gabriel, Laria leads you back to the pantry and sees the door open and kind of freaks out a moment before she looks down and sees everyone else wandering around down there. And then she just kind of looks at you and goes, "Good luck."
I give her a small salute and I climb down the stairs. And then I'm gonna take a look around when I get down there.
Okay. You can tell there's something more to this place, but you can't tell exactly what. Like, you're sure there should be a door out of
magic.
here, but you don't detect any magic. You know there should be a door somewhere else. Like, this can't be all of it.
All right, I'm gonna start pawing at the walls. Let's start with.
Laria comes down right behind you,
Okay, never mind. She's gonna take care of it.
and she's just been watching you for a little bit. There's a mixture of pride in her face that you haven't found the door, as well as complete disappointment that you are the hope of Kintargo.
That's fair.
All right.
As she walks
Can I
over
take-
to a, she walks over and presses a little uneven patch in the wall, and a door opens here.
Makes sense.
And beyond, you can see a hallway.
All right.
And she goes, "I have to get back upstairs, so please try your best."
I give her.
Bryson, do good.
I give her a nod, and I'm gonna sneak through the doorway. I'm gonna just start sneaking it up.
All right. Begin.
Bryson pats her on top of the head. Bryson, do good. And then start following.
All right. So this long, damp
Alright, and
hallway opens
still
to
being
the
Princess
southeast.
Carrie?
No,
No.
I interrupted.
No, you are
And
no longer
unceremoniously
Princess
woken
Carrie.
you.
All right.
All right. I sneak my way down the hallway.
Okay. This long, damp hallway opens to the southeast into a very large reservoir of calm, dark water. A wooden pier extends 20 feet out into the water, while another 20 feet out rises the top half of a statue of a beautiful elven woman. A foul smell like that of rotting meat comes from somewhere near the pier. 2 holes have been knocked into the northwest wall to provide access to the chambers beyond.
I'm gonna peek around the corner, see if I can see anything over there.
Alright, give me just a second here.
Kieran's gonna study the statue.
Yeah, what knowledge is the statue?
Knowledge religion.
I don't have that this level.
You're a bard.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm a geisha.
Ah,
I missed that earlier, so.
Okay. So did you give up
I'm gonna
your
sense its motive.
bardic?
Yeah, being a geisha, you don't get bardic knowledge, apparently.
Alright. So give me your perception check there. There we go. Gabriel.
Yeah.
Dice, what are you doing to me?
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. I see perception checks. Okay. Woo. Okay. There we go. So, this sprawling series of rooms seems to have served as a sort of bunkhouse. You realize that while there are sconces everywhere for walls, there are no lights here. Everything is
I
very dark.
have dark vision.
Good.
So.
Yep,
Just
so do
as
I.
a
Oh no,
note-
sorry. I have low light vision, and then in my beast form I have dark vision.
Yep.
So.
So it's dark though, so your low light vision isn't really helping you too much right now.
I do have dark vision for what it's worth.
I cast light on Gabriel's hand.
Oh no, don't do
Kieran has
that.
dark vision.
I can't really sneak if you cast light on me. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna sneak with it on. Do you have to reroll my stealth?
Well, give me just a second here. I gotta look at another thing. Do up here, Bryson. Oh,
Yes.
Kiernan. Kiernan, you see something moving in the water.
Oh fuck! Not this again.
See just a shadow move beneath the water.
Kieran jumps back off the dock. He's very carefully eyeing the shadow.
Seems to be a rather large alligator.
On one hand, the alligator tastes very fine. On the other,
Mhm.
so do I.
You also notice the partially eaten remains of a man wedged among the pier's pilings at the northwesternmost edge, just under the lip of the stone floor.
Oh, so right by my feet.
Yes. You, you probably jumped onto the remains without realizing it.
Fantastic. Alright. Can I grab the remains and drag them on land so I don't have to deal with the alligator for now?
You can most certainly try.
Oh, that's never a good sign.
Is that where we roll initiative?
Is this
Probably.
is this where I kiss the GM's ass for an easy encounter? Or does that not exist here?
Tell you what. No, okay. Are you grabbing for the remains, trying to pull them in?
I am. As they're right by me. Do I have to roll?
Do you grab the
Okay.
remains?
Nice. Alright, and I'm gonna drag him back behind the front lines and let Catrian and Bryson handle the beginning of this.
As soon as you reach and start tugging at the remains, the alligator comes swimming with furious speed towards you. So yes, if you have not rolled initiative, please do roll.
Can you take off my itchy status?
Oh yes, you are no longer itchy after a day.
Okay.
Are you you're not lit up still, right?
No, he is. His hands. I did
Okay.
light on his hand.
Okay,
I'm gonna roll.
noted.
Can I roll stealth?
Oh, you can roll a stealth.
They might think it's a will-o-wisp.
Noted. And as the alligator comes swimming up to bite Kiernan, I think it is time for us to take a quick 5. So,
Alright.
everyone run, grab a drink, hit the bathroom, whatever you need to do, and we will be back in just a few.
Alright, time to put our little coaster.
Can you give me 1 moment?
Alright, so we are back. As you can see, Kiernan has been replaced by Deadpool.
How's it going, folks?
So, yeah, apparently Deadpool is going to join us for a little bit. It's very nice to have you, Mr. Pool.
Nice to meet you. I'm new in town. What am I doing here?
Well, right now you are being attacked by an alligator, so you'll get to act in the surprise round because you are aware of it. But the alligator got to go first, so it is going to attempt to bite you. Ignore the tail slap. The tail slap does not happen, but the bite does. The bite misses
You got lucky.
It comes lunging out of the water at you, trying to bite you.
That's
as
rude.
you grab this body and move it around. So, Kiernan, you get your surprise round.
All right. Just minimize my my porn tab here.
If you're firing your bow at point blank like that, you will provoke.
Except this is
I
a
will
surprise round, so he doesn't provoke.
Okay.
It takes 23 damage. Fuck a gator.
Pull back your bow and shoot this thing in the eyeball. Gabriel, you hear splashing and cursing behind you. And turn and see an alligator trying to chomp on Kiernan as he fires his bow at it. It seems to have really hurt this alligator.
As well it should.
I can't hear you if you're talking.
Sorry, I was on mute because I was
That's
chewing.
And we greatly appreciate that.
Indeed.
I'm gonna try to be useful this round, and I'm gonna come up and stab it.
Yes, you run up with your rapier and shank this albino alligator.
He inserted his sharp tip into the gator.
And you end up doing 1 non-lethal damage to it as you just kind of graze it a little bit.
Worth it. I'm helping.
Catrian, there is an alligator. A
How
large,
can we see
hungry
down here?
alligator.
Can
Sorry?
the girl penetrate better than the guy?
How
Find
well
out
do
in
we
5
see down here? This area is
It
not
is-
lit.
Well, it is dark, but Gabriel's hand is glowing.
Yeah, it is.
If
So
you do
you can
not
see the
have dark
alligator.
light vision, you can see.
Is that
There.
payback for wanting to rob your estate?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
The rogue is lit up now.
I'm going to, because I don't know how well anybody else can see, so I'm going to cast light on the deck, like right here.
Okay,
Oh,
now
your hand's
the
no longer
pier lights up.
Wow,
and
it's double lit
you're
up.
no longer lit up. Nope, you're
Oh,
no
thank
longer
you.
lit up. The
Oh, that's
pier, the
wonderful.
light leaves your hand and moves to the pier.
I'm nice.
You can most definitely see the alligator, who thinks... I want to recode that. Alright, so the bite is going to go at Gabriel, and the tail slap will actually be against Kiernan.
Ooh.
So the tail slap, 17 hitting Kiernan hits. The bite crits.
Well, there goes Gabriel.
Ow.
So the bite on Gabriel,
Yep.
Ooh.
and he grabs you. And the tail slap smacks Kiernan.
Oh, dear
Jesus
God.
Christ. Oh my God.
All right. That's
Yeah, the
that's a wrap on old
alligator.
Kieran.
The alligator has bitten Gabriel and has slapped Kiernan, and they both go down. Bryson, what you got, man?
All right. Since they are dying there and they are, pretty much prone, is it possible to charge since the gator has Gabriel? kind of in
Yes.
his square.
Yes, you can charge. We'll just move Gabriel into the alligator square. There we go.
He's also going to use a point of his arcane pool.
Alright, so Bryson charges his scimitar with magical energy, yelling a war cry, running forward, smacking the gator just so hard. The gator begins dying.
I should have just stayed in the corner.
The bite misses, for what it's worth.
And yet, Gabriel is himself dying, as is Kiernan. So we're going to have to jump through here. Kiernan. I can actually get rid of Laria and Rexus. Alright, Catrian.
Why is that stabilized -10?
Because you lose, it's -1 for every hit point below 0 you are.
Oh, okay.
Gabriel.
What's
might
your
just
con
die
score?
here. His con is 12.
Okay,
He is
so
currently at 11 negative hit points.
he
Gabriel looks like he is almost dead.
Bryson
Alright.
will let you push him aside.
Okay, I'm gonna push him aside.
Catrian runs up, shoving Bryson to the side.
That should stabilize, right?
Yes.
Yes.
She manages to heal you, but not enough to wake you up. Bryson. Kiernan's
Bryson-
dead and you have slain an alligator. Or Kiernan's dying and you have slain an alligator.
Well, I can't really do anything. Bryson's going to search the body for any potions it might have. If they were smuggling things, he might have the potion.
Okay, so what you find in the body... Okay, you begin pulling the body up and digging through it. Let's see. Kiernan stabilizes. Alright, Catrian.
Kiernan's got some unholy luck.
Alright, Kiernan wakes up, feeling like he has just been slapped by a giant alligator. Bryson, you are searching through the remains.
Yep. Do I find
So-
any potions or anything?
No potions.
Okay.
All right, Kiernan drags the body way the fuck away from the water. Let's not play this game anymore. Okay.
Okay.
Can I detect who he might be?
You start looking at this. But things are happening now.
Oh, fantastic.
As a crow-like creature comes running up, screaming.
Oh, too bad I can't talk to animals.
It looks similar to a tengu. This creature looks like a humanoid crow with oily black feathers, glittering eyes, and a sharp beak.
Oh man, I have a crow. This would have been perfect for me to talk to it. Ah,
Gabriel stable. Catrian.
I have a clear shot at it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, Catrian, you come up firing, landing a crossbow bolt right in this thing's chest. Bryson.
Bryson's gonna use a second point. Step up, and he's going to spell combat.
Alright, Bryson charges his scimitar with magical energy, stepping forward, taking a swing, but this thing dodges underneath.
There's that.
But right into your ray of frost. Which...
And then I'm gonna try to bite it.
And then he bites. Ow! This... You rip out the throat using your teeth. Because that's
Good
generally how
job,
these
big
things
guy.
go. And
Just,
all that battle music for nothing.
No taste like mint.
No, it does
No,
not
I imagine it
taste
tastes
mint.
like poultry reef.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can stop moving in rounds now. Just there were a couple rounds that we had to there, and nobody's
Not a problem.
dying and not stable. So, Catrian, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and pull Gabriel to the top room.
Okay, give me a strength check.
That's gonna suck. But I'm gonna try anyways.
You can't move him right now.
All right. When Bryson sees her trying, he'll come over and just pick him up and start and carry him and drop him over there.
Okay.
Drop me.
Well, not drop unceremoniously like he
Like,
does to
ouch.
not like he has done to Kieran, knowing that the condition he's in, but he'll lay him down over there.
What's your strength score?
My strength score is 18. I can lift.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good then.
Yeah, my strength is
Lift off
Kiernan.
600 pounds. Push drag.
Kiernan, what are
50.
you doing? Are you still digging through the body you pulled up? Oh no, you're going to go up there with them. Okay.
And then Bryson will bring the body as well.
Which one? The alligator
The,
the half chewed alligator victim body,
Well,
the alligator
yeah,
body, or the
victim
crow
body.
All right, the victim body. Okay.
And he'll lay it down next to Gabriel.
Okay.
And yeah, okay. Bryson's pretty sure they're both dead. So
Yeah, Bryson thinks Gabriel's dead.
Bryson will come.
Don't blame him.
Do I know that I stabilized him? I know that, right?
You know that your healing took, so he wasn't dead. So yeah, you
Cool.
would know that he's stable.
All right, I'm gonna
You know
climb
how
up
your healing
into
magic
the
works.
pantry,
Okay?
and I'm gonna look for some not quite random seeming ingredient. What can I
Okay.
find to grab?
There's coffee beans and flour and various spices.
I'm gonna grab the coffee beans,
Okay?
and I'm gonna go out to the main room,
Okay?
and I'm going to smile to Laria
Mm-hmm.
and tell her, "Oh, I found the coffee beans I was looking for. Did you want to go in the office and explain to me one more time how to brew coffee?"
She... give me a bluff check.
All right. Could I possibly carry Gabriel out of this basement?
You probably shouldn't.
No, Bryson will stop you from
Possibly.
doing that. Bryson will tell you to wait, seeing that pretty lady go up.
She looks at you kind of quizzically for a moment before her eyes light up with understanding, and she goes, "Fine, I'll explain it one more time, come on," and takes you into the office and shuts the door and goes, What did you find?
Well, we may have found your friend. We found a half-eaten body that was being eaten by a big albino alligator.
Oh, that is. Are you sure it's Nan?
I'm not sure. I don't know what Nan looks like, and the body was like half-eaten.
Oh my.
Oh, I forgot
Does
my
sound
accent.
quite
Sorry.
terrible.
We did manage to kill the alligator, so it won't be a further problem.
That's good. That's good. Thank you.
But Gabriel is not doing well. Is there anything around here that can heal? I'm completely out of casting. If I give you gold, could you get me a potion?
She just sits there, and for the first time ever, you see her start cursing. She's been very nice and genial to this point, but she just begins throwing out like a string of language like it makes you blush. She's just, this is not good. Like, if he's really hurt and you need healing, yes, I suppose I could maybe, but I can't really get away from the shop right now. I don't have anything here. Alright, in the meantime, what are you guys doing down there?
I'm trying not to die.
Yes.
Bryson, Kiernan is searching the body still, so Bryson's just going to take a defensive stance here.
Okay.
And he has dark vision, so you're just going to make sure nothing else comes forward
Okay.
while he waits.
And I've just laid down next to Gabriel, and I'm gonna take a nap while we wait to see what we do with him.
Okay.
You better cuddle with me. Cuddle me.
Noted.
I'm gonna disguise
keep
myself
going.
and pretend to be alive and moving around. See, let's what happens. I rolled a 25. Does it work?
What are you doing?
He's
Rolling a
disguising himself
disguise.
as a perfectly healthy living person.
Yep.
No.
Walking around and
I'm not really.
You have a minus 50 to that roll, buddy. You've got
Aw.
alligator chomp marks.
Well, I didn't say perfectly healthy. I said alive and moving around.
No. That is not how any of this works.
What about escape artist to escape death?
I think you've
I can-
done a pretty good job with. I think Catrian won that role for you.
I am going to use acrobatics and run away from my problems.
I will be
Alright.
back.
So she tells you, Catrian, she tells you,
Uh-huh.
look, just go wait downstairs, and I'll have somebody bring you a potion. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have the gold to buy one?
Yes.
Okay, give her the gold. And you know that potion prices have been high in the city, so you're expecting 20% more than they normally are. Which means you're looking at 60 gold rather than 50.
Okay. I give her 60 gold.
Alright. And she steps out with you, going, and for the last time, that is how you brew coffee. And
So you
I
don't put
do.
butter in it?
No, coffee does not take butter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need someone to go get some fresh flour
Eggs?
and eggs, considering that you have spilled all of the morning's breakfast all over the
I'm
floor.
really sorry.
Now, do me a favor, go to the pantry, and I need you to find me the oven fluid.
Okay. Oven fluid. I can find that. And I
The
go to the
entire
pantry.
you hear the entire coffee house kind of like snicker when she tells you to go look for the oven fluid as you go to do so. All right, so you're looking over the body, and you find a single magical boot, a holy symbol, and a magical whip.
I guess his god didn't give a shit about him.
Oh,
His god is probably illegal right now.
So bad when you say that and you wake up and you realize some stuff, you're gonna feel bad.
Fair enough. I can't realize anything right now.
No.
Can't even run
no,
from
you
my
can't.
problems.
Alright,
Alright.
so that as you get done pulling the trinkets off of the other body, the chewed up body, that's when, Catrian, you will get downstairs.
Okay,
So Catrian
I'm just
comes
gonna.
back down.
I will go poke my head out, and I will say, "Laria is getting help."
Okay,
I'm gonna go.
you poke
wait.
your head out. Bryson is digging through a half-eaten body.
Bryson's not.
Kiernan-
Bryson's waiting.
Oh, Bryson's waiting. Kiernan's digging through a half eaten body, and Gabriel is laying there unconscious.
Yeah, Bryson's just staring down
Why?
there, making sure nothing comes.
Gabriel, give me a fortitude save. You come back to consciousness. You're still at 14 wounds, but you are now awake for all of this. It has been about an hour has passed since you have been bitten by the alligator.
I look around and I see everyone and I'm just like, oh, oh.
I kneel down by him, and I go, "Don't move. We're getting help. Laria has sent someone. We're getting a potion. We will fix you up as soon as we can. Just try to lie still."
I should have said hello before I stabbed it.
Guys, this is why Catrian is chaotic good. Just for the record, we gave up on the neutral attempt. She's just good.
She is good.
Oh, that's good.
Now, give me perception checks. Everybody. Including
Everybody?
Gabriel, but yours is at a serious negative right now.
Okay.
Okay, noted.
Kiernan's busy.
Noted.
Noted. That was 2 noted.
Double noted.
Kiernan's sleepy, sore, and has a habit of nearly dying.
I look over at Kieran. Come hold me. I'm gonna roll my diplomacy.
I'm gonna roll diplomacy. Gabriel, I understand, but you can't be jostled. Kiernan, don't touch him. Just
Oh, don't
let
worry,
him
I
go.
won't. I won't.
Gabriel, stop it. Conserve your strength and wait.
I spring up and stand behind Bryson.
Alright.
Gabriel is like on his way to the mom voice.
You hear Laria up above. Catrian!
I go back.
She drops a potion down to you.
I
hope this does the trick.
Thank you. I take the potions to the Gabriel. And I make him drink it.
Gabriel still has -1 hit point.
Oh, man.
Gabriel, you had a hell of a time with this wasp nest. It stung back.
Bryson's bored.
Yeah, I
He's
didn't
gonna start
realize
looking
that
now.
wasp had teeth.
Bryson's gonna start looking around.
Okay. Well, there is a corpse there and an alligator corpse.
Bryson will start poking at him.
Okay.
Anything interesting? Other than the fact that
Well-
they're corpses?
The alligator corpse is the corpse of an alligator. If you're just poking at it, it is firm, yet supple. Rigor mortis has not quite set in yet.
I'm curious. Can we cut open the stomach and see what's in it?
Okay.
Gonna
He
find other
says that
poop.
Bryson will start cutting it open.
Inside, you find a boot, which is the match to the one off of the dead body.
Hmm.
I
A
throw
mystery
it to
solved.
Kieran. And then
Okay.
All right,
Bryson will start looking at the show.
You start looking at this. Give me a knowledge local.
Don't have it.
As far as you know, this is a tengu that you just killed.
I start searching the Tengu for anything it might have had.
3 copper bracelets and a silver locket. Do you speak Elven?
I do not.
You do not. A silver
make a
locket
ring?
bearing a rune.
Detect magic.
The
On items.
necklace is not magic.
And the
Or
bracelets?
the locket. Nope, the bracelets are not magic either.
Can I do a linguistics to try to figure out what's on there?
You can do a linguistics to figure out what language it's in. You know that you recognize it as Elven. But you don't know what it means.
Okay, I don't think anybody here is Elven.
No, I only speak Sylvan.
So he'll toss those to Kieran too. And then start looking around in this room.
Alright, so this served as you can tell that this served as the safe house's bunkhouse, complete with 2 private latrines. It seems that this is where people would stay if they are on their way being transported to safety, you know, like any rescued slaves or anything. But give me a survival check. Okay, noted. Kiernan, as you're looking through here, though, you realize it looks as though somebody's been living here and not too long ago, and more than just one.
Oh, fantastic. We got more bird people. Gabriel, do that thing.
Do the thing.
Do the
Gabriel's
thing.
still laying there, like, unable to move, moaning.
I glare
He's
at
still at
Kieran.
-1 hit point.
Oh, he can shout.
Bryson will look into here.
I heard Gabriel at the riot, but he's got lungs.
You find more bunkhouse.
Carry me. I'll do the thing, Kiernan. Wait,
Don't
what's
you dare move him.
what's the thing I was supposed to be doing? Because I could do lots of things.
All right.
I'll do the thing.
Kieran.
Wait, which thing am I doing today?
All right. Was that enough to pick Gabriel up?
Yes, you can pick Gabriel up.
Anything in here?
Put him back down.
You find, you find a bunch of Verizian scarves in crates.
I dodge and continue walking with Gabriel.
Anything that might contain a potion or anything that might be useful.
You're digging
To
around,
heal.
but you don't see a potion.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll come down here.
Perception checks from Bryson and Catrian at the moment.
Oh, okay. Put myself back.
Okay.
Nope.
Noted.
Oh, I double rolled that, but it's the same thing anyway.
Noted. Okay.
All right, what's in here?
All right. Oh, you need me to pick the lock?
You do that, you will drop to dying.
Oh, really?
Yes. You do
Oh.
anything other than move,
Breathe.
you will drop to dying.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna pick that lock.
All right.
Bryson
I-
can pick lock.
Bryson
Kieran,
can punch open
go
the
put him back.
Bryson, congratulations. You have smashed open the lock to the door to a latrine.
There you go.
That's shitty.
Perception checks.
Am I allowed to be perceptive without dying?
Yes, you can be perceptive without dying.
Okay.
Ooh, Catrian is on point.
Catrian, you notice movement back in the hallway where y'all were. Back over this way. And for just a second, you see a shape flit past just out of the shadows. With your light on the pier.
Did I see which way it was moving?
It seemed to be moving northward.
I move to here.
Do you say anything?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then Bryson will go with.
And I
Okay.
pick up a rock, use light, and toss it down the hallway.
Okay. Alright, I need perceptions from Bryson and Catrian.
And Bryson does have dark vision if that would have changed anything.
Okay. Well,
As
as
do
you
I.
come up, Bryson,
No, I miss it.
you can see maybe it would have changed things. Gotta check things now.
Last
Jeez,
one
y'all are
was
not making
13.
this easy.
Last perception was a 13, so.
Yeah.
But
No, I gotcha. Yes. You see another Tengu.
Corva Fushi.
Who turns as the light hits her and draws a blade and stands there looking at you.
Tengu speak Infernal,
Diplomacy!
don't they? Holy fuck!
Okay. What do you say to her?
I've put my hands up so she can see that I'm not casting or using weapons.
Hmm?
And I say, if you don't mean us harm, we're not going to attack you. Why are you here?
Don't want any trouble.
We don't want trouble either.
We just want to leave.
Okay.
you have healing?
She backs up. Can I get another perception check from Kiernan and Bryson? Oh, damn. Okay. Let me check and see. We're going to see how that stealth goes. Hmm. Noted. Um. She just takes a step back, watching you warily.
I will inform her that it is day outside and the coffee house is very full.
Looks, she looks kind of
hold on.
concerned at that. Goes, why are
Give me
you down
one
here? Did you come to get us?
No, not at all. We were looking for a man who came down here a few days ago.
Bryson, you feel as though this, can't really get a feel for this Tengu. I mean, she's obviously scared of something or someone. Could be you.
It's probably me. You know, the dead guy.
Probably. Yeah, the dead guy being princess carried.
I better be princess carried.
Um,
The situation is very tense. But the Tengu caws out twice. Before she lowers her knife and says, well, if you aren't here for us, what are you doing down here?
We
were
look
looking-
for. I don't remember the person's name.
Naz, I
Nan.
think.
It was Nan.
Naz.
We look for
was
Nan.
It, was it Nan?
Yeah.
I wasn't taking notes, so I don't know.
We were looking
Okay,
for a missing man and found a
Nan.
big ass
You're
alligator.
looking for Nan. Her guard comes back up. It's not our fault.
Okay.
No one's fault he was eaten by the alligator.
Yes. Yes. I know, that alligator.
Racing Killgator. Oh, good.
Well, thank you, I think. You know, we'd really like to get out of here. Do you think perhaps you could help us?
We might be able to create a diversion.
Can they wait till nighttime? Till the coffee shop closes?
Well, I suppose we've been here long enough. That is when you'll notice there are multiple Tengus as they step out. My sisters and I have been here long enough. I suppose we could wait. We just want to get out of the city.
Okay.
So, just let us go.
Do any of them? I mean, I have a big crow tattoo on my arm, by the way. I don't know if you read that in my description. Just a
Yeah, I
heads up.
mean, it might be considered offensive cultural appropriation. I don't know how Tengu feel about Fang Lords walking around with tattoos of crows on them. Because you look human, right, at this point?
As right now, yeah.
Actually, we're going to see if one of them can figure this shite out. Which one are you? You're Jay. Let's see here.
I mean, to be fair, he's also being, princess carried by Kiernan, so I'm not sure it's even showing at the moment.
Yeah, no, the one that could see it right now looks like they haven't even noticed.
I'm going to ask the one that I was talking to. Are any of you spellcasters? I might have a way to help you if you can use a scroll.
No, my sisters and I, we do not know the arcane arts.
You have potion?
No, she goes, yes, I have a potion.
Bryson have for a friend?
Bryson, you want to roll me that diplomacy?
This
Oh,
is gonna
gosh.
be great, guys.
Wait, maybe.
6.
She looks at you with suspicion in her beady eyes.
He points to the dying Gabriel. Him.
Okay. He approaches cautiously, handing Catrian potion. There's a potion of Cure Light Wounds
I hand it to Bryson.
before jumping back.
Bryson
I
comes
feel
over.
like-
I slowly hand it to Bryson.
Bryson takes it, walks over,
Actually, she'll stay. As
completely oblivious, not
her
really
sister
caring about
moves
them,
over.
and shoves it down Gabriel's throat.
Okay. Hey, Gabriel, you got 6 points back. You're
Oh,
now okay.
I slowly stand up. I'm kind of still a little groggy because I've been dying for the past hour and a half, 2 hours. And I look
Mhm.
around and I see the Tengu and I go, am I dying still? What's going on?
It's fine.
They give potion. You better.
Everything
Ooh.
is fine.
Ooh.
Nobody is attacking.
Bryson comes back up. You have mint?
Mint?
For Elder Lady.
I don't know what an elder lady is, but I believe we have some mint back here.
And does she point that back here or something?
Oh no, she doesn't point anywhere.
Oh.
She's very cautious right now. She goes,
I-
if you get us out of here, you can have all of the mint that's there. We'll leave it all for you.
I recognize that they're Tengu, right?
Give me
They're not
knowledge
Tengu.
local. Yes, you recognize them as Tengu, and in fact, you are passingly familiar with Tengu customs.
Okay. Actually I get excited because I kind of revere Tengu and crows because they're very cunning.
Okay.
They're very cunning and intelligent. So I get excited. I'm like, are you all really? Are you really Tengu? I have this like childlike wonder in my voice that I don't think anyone's ever heard before.
Yes, we are all Tengu.
And I put my hands in there. I'm like, that's amazing. Oh, wow. Where did you all come from? I mean, first there was no one here, and now there's everyone here. I mean, I was dying a little bit, but this is great.
Everyone looks. Everyone of the Tengu look at each other that can see each other, and they all look at Corva. this head one that's been talking to you, and she says sort of stiffly, "We're from Riddleport."
Do I know where that's at?
Knowledge geography.
I don't have it. But I mean, that wasn't really my question. I think they misunderstood my question because I
Probably,
thought there was,
yes.
I thought there
I
was
know,
just.
I know what your question was, but the question
Yeah.
posed to them, where did you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from?
I shook
Cat and
I
I
shook
joke.
my head. I'm like, oh, that's not what I meant. But oh yeah, Riverport. I don't know where that's at.
But,
Ah,
you're fine.
I'm like,
I asked Corva if they would like some tea.
Seems slightly taken aback by this. Tea. I suppose that would be nice.
I
But-
start making tea.
And so, standing there, you just begin making tea.
Mhm.
Bust out the tea set and begin
Yep.
making tea.
I come closer to Corva. You know, I come on the
Mhm.
other side of Katrine, and I look at her. I'm like, oh, you're just magnificent.
Bryce is curious about the rest of this place. He's gonna
Um,
start going.
Does she notice the crow tattoo I have?
Yes, she does notice it.
Now,
At
is
this
she
point,
offended?
I think at this point, I think she thinks you're just like a Tengu chaser.
Is that a thing?
It is now.
Is now.
You just want to be with Tengu because you find them exotic.
Well,
Not that you
I think-
actually care about the person. You just want a Tengu.
So I look at her and I go, so are these your sisters? Would you and your sisters like to steal a bunch of things with me?
I
bet
stomp
we
on
could-
his foot really
bet-
hard.
I bet we could rob this city blind.
The Corva actually, her mouth opens up in what you know to be a Tengu smile, with her beak just kind of opening a little bit as she says, "I think I like you."
No, I keep going. I'm just like, I heard. I've never met a Tango till today, but I've heard that you're the best thieves. That you could get it anywhere. You can get into anywhere. That you're impossible to spot. I mean,
Okay,
it just.
give me a give me a perception check.
Who?
Just Gabriel. She tries to take something off of you. But you catch her.
Yeah, I'm like, I shake my head. I'm like, oh no, no, no. You should try the other ones. Can I try to take something off of her instead?
Yes, you can.
Sleight of hand, right?
Yep, sleight
In
of
thief
hand.
culture, I hear that's. Oh.
Nat
God
20.
damn. What do you do?
What is she, I take one of her daggers.
You take a dagger, and she just looks like all of a sudden you have her dagger in your hand.
And then I hand it back to her handle first.
She takes it and she looks at you with the deepest of respect in her eyes. You are quite sticky-fingered.
Thief
Here.
foreplay.
Yes, meanwhile, Bryson, as you came back here, this other Tengu stepped in the way, like they don't want you to go back there. By the way, Gabriel, do you have knowledge religion?
I do not.
Okay, I want you to roll me and give me a perception check.
A perception check? Okay.
Yeah. That statue out in the water has been bugging you. It looks awfully familiar. And then you realize it is a statue of Callistria.
I completely
just
stopped my conversation.
Suddenly you're like, it's a statue of Callistria.
I head over to the end of the dock. I just stop talking and just head over to the end of the dock, and I stare out at the statue. Do I notice anything else about it now that I'm closer?
It's
Can I roll
just a
perception?
statue of Callistria.
That's it.
That is it.
I turn around and this was once a temple of Callistria. At least I think so. How deep is that water?
Let's see. Does it say how deep the water is?
Should be
3
asking if
feet.
there's more gators in
3
it.
feet of stagnant water.
Okay, I'm gonna wade out to the statue itself, and I'm gonna check around the base of it. You know, she's the goddess of trickery, so who knows if something's hidden on the statue at all. I'm gonna see if I find anything hidden.
Okay.
20.
You do find a narrow drawer.
I check for traps next.
No traps.
All right, and I open it and I pull out what's inside.
It appears there were some scrolls
Oh,
in there at one time. But there is a gold holy symbol of Callistria.
I'm gonna take it and I'm
As
gonna
well
replace.
and that's actually where y'all would find, sorry, the treasure thing was a little messed up. That's actually where you would find the holy symbol of Callistria and a whip, which you know to be the holy weapon of Callistria.
I take both, and out of an offering, I put 5 gold pieces into the chest.
Okay.
I give Corva her tea.
Once
Once
I'll
your
wait
tea
till
is
you're
ready, she will actually invite you all to the back room. It would be much more comfortable there.
Okay.
Okay.
She tells her sisters it is okay. I believe they mean to help us. And so she leads you into a back room where, well, mostly a warehouse. Stacks of unopened crates, some draped in moldering tarps, fill most of the space, creating a maze. 2 tables sit in the center, scattered with playing cards and a smoking, unlit lantern. As yes, all of them will join you in here.
I asked Corva, you mentioned you needed help?
Well, she mentions, she formally introduces herself, that she is Corva, and these are her sisters, Jay, Maggie, and Treep. And, well, they were been so nice to them, and they feel like they can trust you. You see, they got into a spot of trouble back in Riddleport. They were accused of murder. It wasn't them, but they had to flee. They met someone who could get them out of there. They were certain that you were bounty hunters from Middleport, or maybe Kantargan soldiers that could have found them.
I shake my head. Oh, go ahead.
She seems very upset, though. She says, we were smuggled here by a man. And we've been stuck here for a while now. We're quite hungry. To be honest, we've been quite scared, but if you can really get us out of here, We would
Bryson will
greatly appreciate it.
give them each a trail ration,
Oh, they tuck into it like they haven't eaten well for days.
one for each of them.
I ask where they plan to go.
All right, give me some sense motives here, real quick.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bryson's gonna fail his. They had promised him mint.
Okay.
My wait that. Hold on a sec. I don't think that sense motive is right. I think I'm supposed to have a negative mod.
Like I'll roll it, but Bryson's opting to fail.
Oh, I have to roll my sense motive twice, and I take the. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Goddamn. Okay. Gabriel,
That's great.
You notice as you're all heading back here that Korva Fushi glanced at the other corpse that you killed and had a look of like stricken guilt in her eyes. But she answers, "I'm not certain," and you can tell that she's being fairly evasive as to brought them here and the exact story behind it all.
Can I do a knowledge local to see if I know what the other corpse is? If it's not another Tengu or if it's.
Yeah, give me knowledge local. You realize that is not a Tengu. You recognize it as a Corby.
I look at Corva and I ask that was that Corby back there someone you knew?
She stiffens up a little bit as she goes, and then she says, "Cho was a sister." Goes.
Bryson hears this and me sorry, and hangs his head.
No. I'm afraid it had to be done. You see, we adopted her when she was still just an egg. When she hatched, we took her in as one of our own. It wasn't long until we realized she wasn't actually one of us. We tried very hard to keep her under control, but no. She had temper tantrums, and after she killed Nan, and then she just stops, realizing what she just said.
I pat her hand and I let her know it's not your fault. Things like that happen.
I will agree with him quite sympathetically.
She looks at you all with a bit of wonder. She wasn't expecting this. Goes, "You find that my sister killed the man you are looking for, and you respond with sympathy."
You did not kill him. She killed him, and unfortunately, we killed her. I'm just as surprised that you're not angry with us.
Bryson puts his scimitar into the table, forcefully.
Okay.
You no make Bryson do that. You no make no sister do what she do.
No, I suppose we didn't, but we didn't help the situation. You see, we were smuggled here by Nan, and then he disappeared for several days. Came back, he told us that he couldn't get us out of the city, that something had happened above. I'm afraid we reacted poorly. We beat him.
Oops.
We
There
beat
it
him
is.
quite unconscious. And then That night, Cho strangled him in his sleep, and I fed him to the alligator. I don't... I know Cho couldn't continue on as our sister, but we felt like she was our sister, and it was a difficult thing, and I can't be angry at you. In fact, I feel guilty about it, but I'm rather grateful that you did it and I didn't have to.
I tell her that I'm very sorry for the hardships that she's had to face. It's been a trying time for everyone, and unfortunately, times like this can bring out the worst situation.
The way I see it, all's will that ends well. Loss is never easy, but
No.
at least this one happened the way it should.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Listen, you can get us out of the city, right? We won't have to take responsibility for Nan's death.
We can damn well try.
Uh,
Where will you go once you leave the city?
They all
Nan
look at
was-
each other.
Nan
have
was
no
eaten by an
idea.
alligator.
We have no idea where to go from here. I'm certain that bounty hunters or guards are looking for us. We'll just have to keep trying to get further and further away.
Would you like to stay with us?
And what will we do? The Kintargan guards, they're certain to find us. We don't
Not
have
if we kill-
papers.
Well, we can. You're definitely a sneaky bunch, just as I am, and we can move around that way. And if any Targan guards get in the way, then we'll have to remove them permanently.
Corva
And
looks
And
at
then,
her
then we'll remove
sisters.
their valuables. Ha!
Corva looks at her sisters, and as you say that, all four of them, their beaks open in a great big grin, as they all nod. They all nod.
I
And
will
she
have a
looks at
cult of
you,
Gabriel.
and she pulls out her kukri and slams it into the table, and says, "We will stay. Whatever need you have of us, we owe you a debt, and we shall pay it."
Kieran excitedly stabs his silver dagger into the table. Aye!
And so everyone stabs their weapons into the table. And a
I
pact
look at
is
the
forged.
table and I don't, because I don't trust it not to damage my daggers.
I don't
Alright.
stab my rapier in the table because I'd have to stand up to do that. So
But
I'll just
they're hairpins, so nobody knows I have the weapon. Oh no, yeah.
Everybody, seeing everybody else do it after Tyson or Bryson does it, he does it again.
Yes.
Not quite sure exactly what happens. There's the first one. I don't know if he's broken the table yet, but
Yeah, you put a couple good dents in it. In fact, to seal the deal, Corva hands you their deck of playing cards.
Yes. I'm gonna shuffle the deck.
Okay.
Just sleight of hand for that one.
Yeah, go ahead, sleight of hand. Yeah, you're pretty good at that card shuffling thing. Bryson,
yes.
give me a perception check. Gabriel is shuffling a Harrow deck.
Barking Man. That magic deck.
All of the Tengu look surprised.
That I'm shuffling it, or that he knows it's a tarot deck.
That it's a Harrow deck. They thought that it's a magic deck. They just thought it was a deck of cards.
Would I know what a harrow deck is?
Give me
Bryson
an int
does.
check. Just give me an int check.
Just a straight int check. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what a Harrow deck is.
Bryson,
I do not.
Bryson will tell them
No.
what magic tech thing is. And have Katrian actually put it from like Bryson speaking they can understand.
They also
I'll do
they
that.
also pull out or take you to where Nan's satchel rests atop one of the crates and give you what's left of his personal belongings. And you realize there are 2 crates of fine embroidered Varisian clothing,
Is there mint?
which are worth some gold. Yes. There is a small coffer with some mint in it. There's about 2 pounds of mint.
Bryson
Not a
gives
lot of
it-
mint, but it is
No.
mint.
Bryson gives it to Gabriel and go, "You sneaky. You make your elder lady get. Me trust you."
I hide the mint. I wrap the mint up so that it's really that the smell is as hidden as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and then I stick it on hide it on my person. Would that be that's sleight of hand, isn't it? Or stealth and
That's
sleight
more
of hand?
sleight of hand.
Well, you're not under, so you're not under pressure. If you're trying to make sure it's really secure, take 20.
16. All right, cool. No, because there are penalties for failure.
Okay.
And taking 20 on hiding it would be like shoving it up your butt. I don't think we're going quite that far for the 2 pounds of mint.
No. Because technically, mint is not illegal. It's confections, right?
Mint itself is not. It is confections made of mint.
Mhm.
Yes, but mint itself is not entirely illegal. But then again, you know it's up to the Kentargan guards how they wish to interpret that. But you guys realize, you now know what has happened to Nan,
Okay.
and this should
Well,
make.
we've already given the story that it was the gator, so
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we all agree that the gator is
The
who killed
culprit.
Nan, and we don't have to tell. We already told her that it was the gator. So
Well, and you realize that this, actually, at least for now, should make a very good headquarters for your new rebellion.
Woohoo.
I'm gonna explain the rebellion to them. You know, just give them the cliff notes of it.
How do you explain the rebellion to them?
Well, the rebellion involves killing the guards and stealing their money and sabotaging the government and just making a big old ruckus, and we'll get rich of it and we'll help the people at the same time.
This sounds like a good thing.
Yes.
Very,
yes, it
very
does.
Robin Hood of you.
Oh,
Very.
but I'm not giving my loot to the poor. I'm keeping the loot. I'm just helping the poor by killing the government too. It all works out. I have to get paid somehow.
Yes, you do have to get paid somehow.
all right.
So now we have a Fort Tengu for our rebellion too.
Yes, in fact, you have a unique team
Yes.
for your rebellion. The Fushi sisters are a unique team for your rebellion.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Oh, can
Mm-hmm.
Can those dogs I get from earlier? Can I add them to the rebellion as well? Because I diplomated the hell out of them.
I don't think the dogs really count just yet.
I need to go
we say
visit my
we
dogs.
bring the
So,
dogs
let's
down
see.
here when we
Um,
can? We can agree to bring the dogs
Yes.
down here at the very least.
They
They can be our
function-
mascot.
They function as a specialized group that grants the Earn Gold and the Gather Information rebellion actions.
Yay. I like information.
Giggity.
Yes.
Do we want to call it there for today?
Yeah,
As
Visceral's
I
not
know
doing so well.
Visceral isn't feeling well.
Yeah,
so-
that's fine. I know we got somebody sick, so we can call it a little early. Also, I would like to tell you that Ding Fries are done. have ranked up to level 2. So congratulations on that. And next week, we will get into actually starting the rebellion here. Running our first rebellion turn. You have recruited the Fushi sisters to be part of your team. And there is much more rebellion to come. So be sure and tune in, everyone, next week, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. We usually run till 1 Eastern. Just, I know Kieran's not feeling too well there. But some of us should be on our Discord. Again, you can check the Discord. Follow us on Twitter. We have the Polyarmory server, which is myself and Daddy Damon and Lil Kitten Kisa. Kisa tends to stream a whole lot of different games that I GM and that Damon GMs. So check that out for more roleplay action. She's amazing. And I love every one of these people I'm playing with. And we will catch you next time. Peace.
See ya.
Peace out.
Bye.
All right.